that's jail. I mean, not jail, prison. Federal. Yeah, because he's just in the county because he about to come home. Free Melly.
Free Melly.
Free Melly.
Has officially started as of today. He's chilling in jury selection as we speak on this live right now. You know? Crazy. It took way too long. Yeah. I'm gonna just let y'all know just like that, you know what I'm saying? To the 1,600 people that's in here right now. Bro, trial is started today. There's no more free Melly. I swear to God.
The YNW Melly trial started recently, causing many rappers and celebrities to begin talking about his case. Now here's what you need to know. Melly's trial for the 2018 incident that left YNW Sakchaser and YNW Juvy passing has officially started, as back in October 26 of 2018, inside of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, two YNW associates, being Sakchaser and Juvy, would sadly pass while leaving a recording studio alongside Melly and YNW Bortlen. YNW Bortlen alleges that while driving home inside of the vehicle with Melly, Sakchaser, and Juvy, an opposing vehicle would cut their car off in the middle of the road. This opposing car was filled with street members and it blocked off their vehicle because they knew that YNW Melly was on the inside. They then rolled their windows down and began using firearms against Melly's vehicle. With YNW Bortlen being the driver of the car, he would then swerve the vehicle off of the road into an empty parking lot as he was trying to protect his side of the car, but in doing so, this would then leave Sakchaser and Juvy's side of the vehicle a wide open target to these individuals. Now this is what would eventually lead to their passing, but this is where it gets strange. Instead of calling for an ambulance to the scene immediately for their two best friends who are now in critical condition, GPS evidence found through YNW Melly's cell phone would reveal that they sat inside of an empty parking lot for roughly 40 minutes before making any sort of move. They didn't get any sort of help, no ambulance, they didn't even have an urge to drive Sakchaser and Juvy to a local hospital. There was no movement for around 40 minutes until mysteriously YNW Melly steps out of the vehicle, walks around it twice before hopping back in. As when YNW Bortlen was asked why Melly did this, he didn't even have an answer. 40 minutes later, YNW Melly on the same GPS evidence was then seen sprinting home on foot, leaving YNW Bortlen all to himself, driving Sakchaser and Juvy to their local hospital. Once arriving to the hospital, YNW Bortlen would get Sakchaser and Juvy help, but sadly it was obviously too late at this point as the incident happened over an hour ago. A police officer then stopped Bortlen at the hospital. He asked where this happened, checked out the crime scene, noticed there was literally nothing there, would return to the hospital and have this interview with YNW Bortlen.
And I'm driving, ducking for my life, trying to make sure I don't get hit. And you telling me you telling me about shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. I'm driving. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna be worried about? You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not for you to worry about.
Shit crazy, bro.
But if you tell me it happened there's got to be some evidence there. There's gonna be broken glass, just like there's broken glass over here from when you guys open the doors and stuff like that. Okay, there's gonna be broken glass over there when the windows got out. There's gonna be casings from the people at your car. Okay, there's gonna be evidence over there. Okay, right now there's nothing. I kind of think I know what happened because I got information.
With YNW Bortlen explaining the situation, it's clear the detectives were not buying a single thing that he said, as it doesn't even make sense. YNW Bortlen and Melly would then be let free until further notice while they built their case. And it wouldn't be until February 13th, 2019, where YNW Melly would announce this on Instagram. No, I did not get locked up in Washington, but I am turning myself in today. A couple months ago, I lost my two brothers by an incident, and now the system wants to find justice. Unfortunately, a lot of rumors and lies are being said, but no worries, God is with me and my brother. We want y'all to remember it's a YNW family. When YNW Melly would turn himself into jail, this would get a ton of reactions from rappers, where we would see Kodak Black show on Instagram.
Yeah, man, free that boy Melvin, man, free Melly.
Man, stop playing. We're not playing like that. Oh, you go, buddy.
as he would also share a nice clip of him and YNW Melly at a local shopping center. 2 weeks after Kodak reacted, YNW Melly's brother, YNW Slime, would say this during an interview.
So what's some of the musical advice YNW Melly gave you?
Musical advice. Find fire melodies and make money.
No cap. At least you're just straightforward. How was it to see your brother rise to the forefront?
It's kind of like normal to me, because I already knew it was going to happen. It's just a matter of time when.
When can the people expect to see Melly on?
What could it be? I would say a cheat code for the rap game.
And then 1 month into YNW Melly's jail time, Lil Durk as well as King Von would have a phone call with Melly. Strangely enough, this would be one of YNW Melly's last ever phone calls from jail, as he was permanently banned from using it.
Bust, you got tippy. Bust harder than mine. It's me. It's you all. I say
With the Lil Durk phone call going viral online at the time, it would get the attention of Meek Mill, who would share on his Twitter account, "Free Lil Melly, he's innocent. Let's watch the facts of his case so he doesn't get railroaded. It's in Florida, it might be on TV." This would then later cause Boosie to tweet, "I'm in prayers for YNW Melly tonight. I was in the airport and he even paid for my food and magazines. He really showed me love and respect." As he said, "Nah, OG, you ain't paying for anything. I'm about to call the prayer warriors for you, bro." This would even lead to an alleged Snoop Dogg tweet that went viral on Reddit stating, "That Melly boy's cold. Youngin's doing questionable stuff in the industry now. Is he guilty though?" Now, if this tweet is real, it has since been removed, but we would even see YNW Melly get praised from Toronto rapper Drake for his music style.
You know, a kid like YNW Melly who just has the craziest melodies in his voice, you know, but not afraid to just be like, yeah, sure, like I might be this way on road, but in my music, this is what I enjoy doing. And
however, rappers reacting and even talking about YNW Melly would slowly fade away. Melly's jail time would continue to get longer, as well as new evidence revealing that Melly could have actually done this. With things silent, out of the blue, we would then see reports of YNW Melly is being accused of teaming up with one of his lawyers to plot a prison escape. As the Broward County Jail, where YNW Melly is currently locked up, did an interview with Complex, where they mentioned in court, on April 11th, 2022, Broward Sheriff's Office received a confidential tip regarding inmates Nicholas Lewis and Jamal Demons, both housed in the same unit at the main jail, planning an escape from jail by having Demons' attorney bring in 2 handcuff keys in order to help with the escape. Additional information provided by the source was that Lewis had an item that is illegal in jail, as well as narcotics that were not prescribed to him. As the statement continues saying, jail authorities searched Lewis's jail cell after the tip, which came from another inmate, as they found multiple illegal items as well as narcotics for which he did not have a prescription. YNW Melly's cell was also searched, but nothing was found except food from the commissary, as well as an excessive amount of jail-issued clothing. Now, this all started when another inmate inside of YNW Melly's cell block informed the county jail that Melly, as well as an inmate named Lewis, were up to very shady things, as he mentioned that Melly was discussing planning an escape from jail, as he overheard YNW Melly tell Lewis that he's gonna ask his lawyer for a jail key. Now, YNW Melly's mother even reacted to this.
Okay, so I'm at work and I just seen this crazy story. First of all, this is just another tactic for them to try to literally just tarnish my son's character and everything. They do not want him having attorney visits in person, which will cause for ineffective counsel. So we went to court for that. And they took his phone calls and they have him locked down. They had no evidence whatsoever that his attorneys did anything wrong to prove these accusations, but they knew it would get picked up by the media. So when we get ready to pick a jury, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, it's gonna be, oh, this kid tried to escape. Oh, this kid tried to do all these things. This is all fake because they do not have a case.
Now in the video, YNW Melly's mom mentions how the feds have no evidence against Melly, so the prosecutors are trying to do anything to make him look bad in front of the jury, as Melly's music manager 100K Track would even defend Melly's mom in this situation, sharing that Melly has a lot of good defenses against the evidence.
He built a real great solid team away from just being innocent because he wouldn't do such a crime. He prepared himself and got a proper, defense. Their job is to handle themselves in trial, not on social media. You guys are taking it that way. If they say they got DNA in a car, I'm just gonna tell you, Melly DNA was found in the car. You're gonna think, yeah, his DNA was found in the car the day of the. Oh, he jumped in a car and his DNA was in the car. He did it, okay? But you're not gonna put the fact that this was his car for 6-7 months on those documents and dockets and just automatically be like, yo, he's fried. You don't even know what the defense is. You don't even know what the rebuttal is. You don't even know why that situation occurred. You hear ballistics flying, you don't know what the defense is. You hear this, you hear that. You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest.
However, even with YNW Melly's mom and manager claiming that Melly has good defenses, new evidence would be released, and this is something you need to hear. As when YNW Melly was arrested, his cell phone was then turned into the police by YNW Melly's manager. Now this one iPhone 10 would then be the reason that Melly looks so guilty at this current time, as law enforcement noticed and even went through Melly's phone, and he revealed something in his Instagram DMs. Melly was having a conversation with a burner account about what happened to Sakchaser and Juvy, as while the passings of Sakchaser and Juvy was beginning to hit news headlines, Melly may have told someone that he literally did it. As reported by Complex, a new piece of evidence saying there is one Instagram exchange that took place hours after the passings, which was obtained by Complex via a public records request. In it, YNW Melly's Instagram account says, "I did that," in one message, followed then 2 minutes later by another message saying, "Shh." The timing of these Instagram DMs will be used by the state to make the case that those messages amount to an admission of YNW Melly's guilt. Melly's phone revealed most of the evidence that is currently going against him, from basically telling his ex-girlfriend that he did it, to even more evidence files that state the following. These particular cell phones, which were both iPhone 10s, were on the T-Mobile network. And so T-Mobile has a very interesting feature where it will tell you the environment the cell phone is in. So from these cell phone records, I can tell you the exact moment demons got out of the car and staged the drive-by location. As I mentioned earlier, there's evidence of Melly stepping out of the vehicle, walking around it twice before getting back in. What did Melly do in that moment? Also on YNW Melly's cell phone, they then found a video on it. The evidence report states, then also we have a video of Mr. Demons admitting to doing an act towards 2 individuals in the head. This video was on Mr. Demon's cell phone, which was brought to my office by Jameson Francis, aka 100K Track. And that's how we had that, and that is all of the evidence that Your Honor has. Now, if this video, YNW Melly literally admitting to doing it, ends up becoming validated by the courtroom, this could be the end of YNW Melly.